Hi, ladies and gentlemen. It's Miss Raymond in the 4G Math Corner this week. And this week, we're going to be looking at a lot of angles. We are going to be determining the approximate measure of angles in degrees using a protractor. Now you say, what is a protractor? If you haven't ever seen one before, this is such a fun little tool. You're going to love it. Let's first watch a math video that kind of shows us what a protractor is and how to use it.
How do you measure and draw angles? Think about this question during the lesson. Angles are usually measured in units called degrees. The degree symbol indicates degrees. A protractor is a tool that is used to measure and draw angles. A partially folded crane is shown. How do you measure angle PQR? Let's find out. What are the rays that form angle PQR? The rays that form angle PQR are ray QP and ray QR. What is the vertex of angle PQR? The vertex of angle PQR is Q. When you name an angle with 3 letters, the letter in the middle is always the name of the vertex. What is another name for angle PQR? Another name for angle PQR is angle RQP. Where should you place the protractor center to measure angle PQR? To measure angle PQR, place the protractor center on the angle's vertex, Q.
Please notice, ladies and gentlemen, that you do not place the protractor on the edge of the protractor over here where the ruler is. The protractor actually has a little hole right there. You always put the little hole on the vertex.
Place one side of the bottom edge on one side of the angle. What do you notice about the protractor where the other side of the angle crosses?
Okay, and this one here, again, it is not on the edge of the protractor. There is a line or lines here to indicate where 0 starts on the protractor. So you have to put the vertex in that hole and then make sure your line is on 0.
Read the measure where the other side of the angle crosses the protractor. It is made of a larger and smaller number. If the angle is acute, use the smaller number. If the angle is obtuse, use the larger number. What type of angle is angle PQR? Angle PQR is an acute angle. What is the measure of angle PQR? The measure of angle PQR is 45 degrees. There are 2 scales on the protractor. What is another reason you read the measure of angle PQR as 45 degrees instead of 135 degrees? Another reason you read the measure of angle PQR as 45 degrees instead of 135 degrees is that you use the scale that contains the 0 degree mark from the side you placed the bottom edge of the protractor. How do you use a protractor to draw an angle that measures 130 degrees? Let's find out. Begin by drawing a ray. Label the end point T. Place the protractor so that the middle of the bottom edge is over the end point of the ray T. Place a point at 130 degrees. Label it W. What should you do next?
Again, notice that the dot is not on the edge of the protractor, but it's right up here in where that little hole would be.
Draw ray TW. Where will you place the next point? Place the next point on the first ray with endpoint T to mark the 0-degree mark. Label it U. What is the measure of angle WTU? The measure of angle WTU is 130 degrees. You have learned how to measure and draw angles.
All right, so that is so cool. We're going to take a look here. I have a piece of paper, and I have a protractor, and I have a pencil. So we're going to just look at this a little closer. So you see all the little lines out here? They represent degrees. Each line is 1 degree. So from here, clear around to here, there's actually 180 of those little lines. Okay, you notice there is a ruler in here for centimeters and a ruler for inches, which can be helpful. All right, and if I'm going to draw some angles, I'm going to start with my dot right here in that little circle. Okay, that is where the vertex of my angle will go. And if I want to draw an angle that's 110 degrees, then I come over here, put a mark at 110 or 70, but I'm drawing an obtuse angle, so it's 110, because I'm going to start at the 0 mark over here. Okay, and this is a 0 mark, not the corner or the edge of the protractor, but from the vertex right out there. And then this is where that straight edge on the protractor comes in so handy. Oh, my ruler moved a little bit. And then we do this. Now I make sure it's around the vertex and the ray. Okay. And if I wanted to add points, I could have angle R, A, Y. And this is the symbol for angle. If you see this little, it almost looks like the greater than sign, but it's flat on the bottom. And it's usually followed by 3 letters, angle RAY. And of course, angle RAY equals angle YAR. Okay, and we know when we drew it, I drew it, if I'm going to measure just to remind myself, with the dot there and lining it up on the 0 line on this side. All right, double check, make sure your vertex is in the dot. You're lined up with the 0 line. I drew it at 110 degrees. Now, these are different degrees than when we're talking about temperature in Fahrenheit or Celsius, a different kind of degree. Now, let's say I decide just for fun, I'm going to add another ray in here, and I'm going to label this point M. So now I have 2 more angles. I have RAM and I have MAY. So angle RAM, which would also equal angle MAR. Like I said, it doesn't matter, just your vertex has to be in the middle. Notice my vertex is A, so it's in the middle of all these. And then I have angle MAY, which is the same as angle YAM. Since A is my vertex, it's in the middle of every single ray. Okay, so let's just measure, and we're going to approximate the measurement of this. So again, I'm going to make sure it's on the 0 in that little circle. They have it lined up here. And if I look here, this angle is almost 60 degrees. Okay, so we're going to say angle MAY is 60 degrees. Now, how do we get the measurement of this angle? Well, once again, you're just going to put your little protractor with the vertex right there in that hole. And you see, I'm not lined up over here. I need to make sure that line is on the 0 line right here, not the edge of the protractor, not up here. I always double check, make sure I have my vertex in there. It's on the 0. And I see angle RAM. Ooh, I put that in the wrong one. 60 degrees was here. Okay, and I see the angle, line it up. RAM is close to 50 degrees. All right, so we would say 50 degrees. And then we can also see if we have angle MAY and RAM, 60 plus 50, is going to equal the big angle, 110. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have lots of fun with protractors and angles, and I hope you have a great day. We'll see you again later.